Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I decided to start this video with showing you what spring is like in Munich. I know it's been a long break on my channel and I'm super excited to come with new and fresh ideas because this season is going to be absolutely amazing. Spring is finally here, and although by the time I'm posting this it's going to be April, the first videos that I filmed were actually end of March, in the middle of the sakura season, the cherry blossom trees, when everything was blooming around Munich. And I'm thinking to myself, what a beautiful gift nature gives us every spring, because nature comes to life again, and it's also our own rhythm that starts to accelerate, and we start from within to see the small changes. So with that being said, let's start this new season of our lives, let's start this new chapter together, and I hope that through my video you're going to find the inspiration to clean that energy from last years and to start fresh into this new season. Good morning from us, we are now in Ikea. We just came for a weekend trip because we want to escape a little bit Munich. Our plan was initially to just drive somewhere. Ikea is far away enough. We want to test the meals that they have here because they have super good food, and we also want to buy some small things, but we didn't plan not anything major, which is probably bad to come to Ikea without a plan because it's usually the perfect recipe to spend a lot. But hopefully we will behave. Our shopping, we are back from the Ikea trip. It was good, but it was also exhausting. I just wanted to come here as well and chat a little bit about what has been up over the last weeks, because there has been a little bit of a break on my channel. This month of March came with a lot of good updates, but with a lot of new changes in my schedule because I just started a new job after some months of break. Some of you who might have been following me since last summer know that I lost my job previously, and I took the time to travel to improve my German, to do all the things that I never kind of had time to do. And also it took a little bit longer than expected to find the right opportunity, but it finally happened, and I'm happy to say that things look very promising so far. I feel a sense of calm, I feel a sense of alignment, which I didn't have before. So I'm guiding myself by watching my feelings, and my feelings are saying that it's good. So I'm happy about this, and I will report more about it probably in the future. But in other words, it's also spring. I actually feel this really good energy that is in the air, and I hope you guys feel it too. It's finally somehow flowing better for all of us collectively. I really feel that the projects that we maybe postponed or didn't have the chance to fulfill them, now is going to be the time to do so. This new energy of spring, of survival, of all the good things, planetary movements, and however you want to call them, I think it's time for a little refresh to make this vlog fun, because I think this is something that interests a lot of, especially girls, but everyone who wants to just have a reset. I want to focus in the next period of time to improve two areas of my life. One of them is the house, the home where I am. Although I'm not going to spend so much time, I feel that this home needs a little bit of a love, like a little bit of refresh. I want to get rid of some things around the house that are really old, that are not really functional anymore, that are just not in alignment with the home anymore, like a lot of small pieces of furniture or decoration that you just collect over the years. I don't want to invest so much in this area because one of the goals for this year is also to find a new apartment here in Munich, a larger one. So that would come with new changes. That's why it doesn't make sense to make big investments. but small ones, I think it's really important, and I will show you in the next minute what we got from Ikea and where you can maybe improve some of the things. The second thing that I want to work on is also my appearance. I feel that I need a reset also in this area because one, I am getting closer to my 30s and I think that I want to change a little bit my style. So I'm in this sense, we will do a little bit of Pinterest check-in. Let's see what's in trend for spring. We'll try to create a mood board with how I'm imagining the style. I'm trying to get some inspirations. Also, in regards to the clothes, something that I really feel drawn to as I'm getting closer to my 30s is to invest in more quality pieces, more quality clothing. Because over the last 10 years, when I was younger and I didn't have so much money, you know, I was just starting to make my career and my own money, I was always going for things that were the cheapest, but they were not always the most qualitative pieces of clothing. I'm going to make also a small haul of 2 pieces I bought yesterday. And maybe I will actually start with this because it's the fastest, I think. So one of the things that I invested in yesterday was this beautiful summer dress. Let me show you from the like this. It's super long, it's very long, and it's 100% made of cotton. I adored it from the moment I saw it. I didn't even touch the material. I just saw it from afar and I said, oh my god, I love it and I want to have it. I will actually put a picture here with you to see it because I won't try it right now. And it was, of course, a little bit more expensive than the usual dresses that you find, but I think it's really worth the investment when you wear something and you feel really good in it. So I think this is one item that I will wear a lot in the summer, and I have a lot of summer accessories and I'm really looking forward to it. The second thing that I invested in, and this is also a discussion, was a nice pair of white sneakers. They're super simple, really simple. They're from Nike's. Nothing is sponsored here, by the way, but this was also an interesting discussion because over the last years I didn't really give so much attention to brands and how they produce and whatever, and they always said that, oh, it's just the name of the brand that maybe makes the price, but it's actually so much of a difference when it comes to quality. When you look around here of how a shoe is made, for example, whether it's like sewed, whether it's like glued, really see the small differences, and I'm actually paying more attention to this. So this was one reason why I chose this pair specifically. And I'm always going for something white because if you guys watch me here for the first time and you're not acquainted to Germany, Munich is the city where everyone has to have like a white shoe. It goes with everything. When you go on the street in the summer, everyone is wearing something like this, and it really goes with every outfit. It's super pretty, it can be sporty or elegant. I love it. So this is my summer investment. Now, when it comes to house, when it comes to my home, the things and the small things that I wanted to change, the towels. Honestly, I had towels collected from everywhere. They were all like different sizes, different colors, different materials, and it was just not looking beautiful. Plus they were also very old. So this is another investment that I did today into this beautiful, very beautiful yellow towels. 1 have the same color, 2 have different sizes, and 3 have a better material, and they are made of cotton. So again, natural materials is what I'm looking. Also got some organizatorical things. So this is something that you would put in a drawer because we have in the kitchen the cupboards and they're really high and there's a lot of space that is empty. So you would actually open this. It has 2 legs, and put your plates or your cups or just organize it underneath this or above it. So I find this super nice, and we found it in 2 different sizes for smaller or bigger things, and I cannot wait to organize it. The second thing that we took, of course, the boxes. This is, as I said, obligatory when you go to Ikea to have some organizatorical boxes, and I'm trying to also use this for the kitchen mostly to organize a little bit. We have a drawer with a lot of beans, a lot of cans, a lot of small things that sometimes I use for baking, so I try to put them all together and find them easier because sometimes I'm struggling and it looks very cluttered. 1 wooden board, because we have a few but they're actually like this small. I encourage you, if you have some wooden boards that are maybe very old, that are maybe super scratched, broken, or super stinky. No matter how many times you wash them, I think it's good to just like throw them away and just buy new ones. And I'm super excited with this one. And last but not least, and maybe this is one of the favorite things that I have, invested into a new pen. I never thought that I would make YouTube videos about showing you pens, but there's a catch with it. This is made out of steel, and one of the things that I was actually really interested in over the last years was improving my health overall, not just with nutrition, not just with doing sport, but also with other things that make our life toxic. And I was reading, and that was super interesting, that one of the things that has a lot of toxins, and we use it probably every single day, it's this non-sticky pens that are made out of tefal, I think it's called the material, that are super bad for hormones, are hormones disruptors. And I personally had a lot of hormonal imbalances. Really did try to make more conscious choices into this direction. I chose to invest into something like this. It's a little bit heavier, it's a little bit more expensive, of course, than the other options, but I think it's going to be super worthy in the end for the overall. Last but not least, I want to show you how I create my summer mood board to change my style, and I'm going to use Canva for this, and I'm going to select here in the design, trying to create like a presentation or to get like a layout where I will put all my pictures. Once I selected the presentation mode or like any simple white blank page, landscape mode, I am going to upload the pictures because I already pre-saved them from Pinterest. I spent a couple of hours to select some of the pictures that I liked in terms of style, in terms of colors, so I'm just going to upload them here. While we are waiting for the pictures to be uploaded, I just want to make a quick overview of how I did the process. I just, as I said, looked on Pinterest for pictures and saved them in a new album of what I liked. And I didn't have a real clear image of how I wanted my style to be like, but I think this is why Pinterest and this kind of method is super fun. Because after I will start placing the pictures on the canvas and I will start to see how it's looking, I will actually have an idea of what is the style that I'm actually going for. I mostly selected pictures that are super feminine. This is definitely something that I noticed. It's also more summer style, more spring style, so I have no idea how I would do it in winter. And mostly I try to avoid black. This is just my personal preference in the last years. I am tired of seeing black and I'm just trying to experiment a little bit more with whites meets beige, and I think it's actually better for my skin complexion and also for my hair color. Another thing that I noticed while I was doing the selection and while I was creating this canvas is that I had a tendency to choose a little more feminine pictures, meaning dresses, very little masculine details, more like just a few pictures with pants. I also noticed that I have the tendency to kind of choose clothes that are fitting to my body compared to last years when I would usually choose colors that were making me invisible, as well as fittings of clothes that would hide my body. But ever since I started to really work on my self-esteem and to really love my body, I noticed that I started to choose clothes that are more in light colors or very strong colors. because that's also kind of the ones that fit my skin complexion and my hair color as well, but also to no longer choose clothes that are super loose or they don't have any form, but rather really choose something that is made for my silhouette and emphasizing it. We are super close to finishing. I will just put a picture here with a zoom in to have a better overview how it ended up. I think it's super pretty and I hope it inspired you to create your own ideas. Thank you so much for being here and see you next time with a new video.